Alright, today we're going to talk about analyzing and comparing statistical graphs. So we're going to look at 3 different types of graphs and talk about how can they be slightly misleading and how can we use them as well. Alright, today let's look at a double bar graph. So what conclusions can be made from this double bar graph? Well, let's look at it for a second. Let's see if there's anything that you notice. Maybe pause the video, make a few notes if there's anything that you notice about this graph. Alright, well hopefully one thing you might have noticed is that secondary students is the purple, is always higher. Well, what does that mean? It means that they always have a higher percentage of that gadget than elementary students. So a higher percentage of secondary students have calculators, have cell phones, have computers, have MP3 players. What else do you notice? Well, you can notice the cell phone is the smallest in both groups. So the smallest percentage of people have cell phones. The largest is computers in both groups. Alright? You could say that the computers rank 1 and 2 for both. Calculators, then MP3s, then cell phones. So 1 for computers, 2, 3, 4. You could also notice that almost 100% of secondary students have computers and calculators, where about only 50 have cell phones. So there's lots of things that you can compare and notice about a graph. Let's look at a different one. We need to find the range, median, and mode from this graph. This is a stem and leaf plot. Alright, so how does this work? If you don't remember, this here, let's look at this line right there. Alright, this gives me 2 numbers. The first is the tens digit, and everything over here is the ones digit. So this gives me 52 and 58. Then this line gives me a few more. I have 62, 67, 69, 60, and 63. So then I would have 76, 77, 72, 79, 79, 70, and 75. So we need to figure out the range. Well, remember the range is the smallest number to the largest number. So the range would be something from 52 to 95. So I'd go 95 minus 52, and that gives me 43 as the range. The median, I need to erase everything I've got because the median is going to take up a little bit of room. I have to go from smallest to largest. So I've got to list all these smallest to largest. Alright, so let's give this a start. If I start in the 50s, I have 52 and 58. Then I have 60, 62, 63, 67, 69. Then I have 70, 72, 75, 76, 77, 79, and 79. Then I have 82, 83, 85, 87, 2 87s, 88, and 88. And finally, I have 91, 91, 94, and 95. To find the median, I have to find the middle number. So I'm going to cross them off one at a time. So start front, back, front, back. And you have to do this until you get to the middle number. So 79 is my median. Mode is the one that occurs most often. That's not too bad in this plot. You have to figure out which one occurs most often. Well, 79 occurs twice, 78 occurs twice, 77 occurs twice, and 91 occur twice. So those would be my modes. They all tie, so those would be my modes. Graph we're going to look at is a double line graph. So I want you to just make some conclusions from this graph to see what you can find. All right, well, hopefully you see that a majority of the time, week 2 is greater than week 1. You can see here it's higher, here it's higher, but in this third week, it's the 1 week that week 1 has, or the number of quizzes has higher. All right, what else? Week 5, they have almost the exact same percentage. Combined, week 1 was the lowest. So it looks like they kind of go uphill, generally, minus week 3. Or the number of quizzes is 3. What else do you notice? All right, well, generally, week 2 had a big dip right here. Quiz number 3 had a big dip right there. So you can notice lots of things from line graphs as well. That's the majority of what we're going to learn on this one, so let me know if you guys have any questions or if you made any other observations that I didn't point out. Have a great evening.